What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED gameplay video for you guys today. And today, I figured we would try out this Assetto Corsa racing simulator game. Now, I don't know if it's gonna work at all, because it says unsupported, so it might not even run, but it didn't say something about anti-cheat. A lot of the ones that don't work due to anti-cheat usually will say up front now, so I don't even bother testing those. Hell, it might have done that the whole time, and I just didn't notice. But as soon as I did notice, I stopped wasting time. But for this one, I figured there might be some people out there that want to play this on their Steam Deck, so I figured why not give it a shot. Although I also didn't know if you can even play this game with a controller. Since it's a simulator, I figured, okay, well, it might be racing wheel only. But I figured we could find out together. And then if that's the case, then we've got our answer, and I won't even bother making an ally video then, since we'll know it doesn't work on it with a controller or something. But hopefully it does, and hopefully it runs okay. But we'll see when we get in there. So let's stop wasting time. Let's get this guy hooked up to that capture computer. Let's get started.
Well, unfortunately, this game seems to be a no-go. I tried at first just launching it normally. And sometimes the starting launch on games takes a little time on this guy. So that part didn't, strike me as suspicious or anything. But then after that, it gives you the little black screen with the Steam Deck logo. And after that, it's like, hey, guess what? Desktop. Well, the Steam Deck's version of a desktop. Even though it does have a desktop. Well, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. But yeah, it does take it quite a while this time. Now, it doesn't always take this long. That's the weird part. I think it just wanted me to make this part a lot longer, but it did do this a couple of times, so I wanted to leave this in. But most of the time, it took like maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds. Not like 45 seconds to a minute now. How long has it been starting to launch at this point anyway? Quite a while. All right, there we go. See, it does this, and then pretty much instantly goes right back to this play screen here. So then I'm obviously not going to go through all of them for you guys on camera, but I went in here and did like GE Proton and like Proton Experimental and Proton Haptics, and then I ended on this one, and it still didn't work, but still show you. I tried all these fixes. Now, maybe one of those protons in that giant list works, or maybe one of the GEs works. But it sure didn't look like it. I just figured this was just another one of those games where the unsupported means, all right, this one literally is unsupported for now. But hey, at least I tried. And if anybody has figured out a way to get this to work, just let me know, and I'll give it a shot. But I didn't really find much online. Most people were like, no, it doesn't work. After I got done with this. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Well, alright. It seems as though that's a big fat fail, but it's not supported, so I can't even be mad. I was just curious to see if it would work, and figured some other people would be curious. So figured I'd give it a shot. But since I couldn't get in, I couldn't even find out if it was even playable with a controller or not. So we'll have to wait for the ally for that one. I mean, unless it's not going to work on that either. Maybe this game's like just so hard to run, it'll run like crap. I'm sure it'll probably like run and not just crash. I think it's probably a Linux problem with this. But sometimes stuff on the Ally just does not give you the greatest results, even though it's much more powerful than this. At least when you leave it, unpower limited. You put it down to 15 watts, it's definitely a little quicker in some games, but it's definitely a little slower in other games, from what I've tested anyway. And a lot of the times this guy comes ahead in the lows. It's probably to do with the freaking Linux not having a bajillion things running in the background. That's one of the things that always screws over the PC, is usually Windows having a bunch of bloat in the background. And I've tried to get rid of it before, but then usually nonsense happens, like, oh, well, now you can't play anything from your Xbox Game Pass or from something else and this, that, and the other thing. So anytime I try to do that, it always messes up stuff that I like using. So that's why I usually just leave Windows alone and just let it be a piece of shit, I should really probably just go find an actual reputable video to just tune my Windows. But right now, I'm tuning the 4090 and trying to get that all, as overclocked as it could be. Again, I lost the Silicon Lottery, as usual, so mine won't even get to 2900 megahertz stable. So that's a shame, but I almost always lose at that, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, though, that's not about this video. So why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up so I can go try this on the Ally. So even though it was a fail, I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.